I think we're on the internet. Probably.
Yay.
The internet. Oh, goodness. Let's see.
Yeah, we're on the internet.
Oh, very good. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Seekers of the Scorpion Crown on the Greyhawk channel. This is a BX D&D campaign. Oh, BX D&D, that classic D&D from 1981. Goodness. For those of you who do know BX and are following along at home, we have altered the system in two ways, sort of one way. They tie into each other. It's fine. I have removed Thaco and Descending Armor Class in favor of Base Attack Bonus and Ascending Armor Class because, gosh darn it, it's just easier. Don't at me about rules purism. I won't have it. Won't have none of it. So we have this exciting campaign that's been going on for the summer and is quickly coming to a close. It's going to go until about the end of the month. This is either going to be the third to last episode or maybe the second to last episode, depending on how far the players get. We're going to find out. And what else did I want to say? Nothing.
Sponsors?
Yeah, I thought I had something else before sponsors,
Oh,
but
okay.
I feel like I don't. It's fine. Let's just get into sponsors. Wow. Next slide. Wow, sponsors. Hey. First and foremost, out of all these great sponsors that I want to thank, are the Patreon supporters and Twitch subscribers. Wow, without you, very cool people, we would not be able to have the Greyhawk channel do the things that it does. I wouldn't be able to be here, and I am extremely grateful for your patronage. So keep it up. Up next, we have Roll20. Roll20 is a virtual tabletop. You can find it by going to roll20.net. They are an official supporter of the Greyhawk channel. And you can either use Roll20 for free, or if you'd like, you can pay a monthly fee and get access to all sorts of other cool features like dynamic lighting and fun stuff like that. Supports all sorts of different games, has a dice roller built into it, has battle maps. It's great. Oh, speaking of those battle maps, hey, our next big thank you to give out is heroic maps over on Drive-Thru RPG. So if you're using Roll20 and you really want to populate it with some real fancy schmancy looking maps, go over to heroic maps, as I said, on Drive-Thru RPG. They have a library of over 300 maps on there, and gosh darn it, they're real good. If I wasn't so dedicated to Theater of the Mind, I'd be all about it. Up next, we have Tabletop Loot. You can go to tabletoploot.com and enter Greyhawk in the coupon code box to get 15% off of your next dice order. So, hey, dude, free discount for dice. Take advantage of it. Good stuff. Finally, moving back around to those Patreon supporters and Twitch subs, if you're one of them, did you know that you get special discounts through the Greyhawk channel? You can go over to the Greyhawk channel's Discord, specifically the private section, and you can get coupon codes for ruinc.com and Cantrip Candles. So hey, if you're given to the channel, why not take back from the channel? Take it all back. Let's slide transition again. Wow, here we are. We're back. Ooh. Oh, so I'm Lex. I'm the DM. I'm just freewheeling it every session. Can't stop, won't stop, not planning. With me are three of my four fantastic players. Davis is sick today, I'm very sorry to say. But we do have the very cool Michaela, Wild Engineer, and Jordan. If you guys could go around and just tell us what your plan. So, Michaela,
My plan?
what you're playing? That was just me.
Playing.
That was me not talking clearly. It's
Okay,
fine.
I was like, wait, oh no, I don't have a plan. So
Tell me all of your plans.
My main character today is Sen, the magic user, and I have two retainers, Elson the cleric, and Ruificent the elf. Yeah, so Sen is a huge nerd. That's all you need to know about him.
It's the only thing. Uh, Wild Engineer, what are your plans for the next 5 years? Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Yes. Well, in 5 years, hopefully, I will be, retired from life and just doing nothing but TTRPGs,
Yeah.
as it tends to go.
Oof, the dream.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Wild Engineer, he, they pronouns. Today I am playing Emo, our lovely, very energetic halfling who likes to set fires. And his plan is to do what he does best and do nothing but charge into battle. Yeah.
Awesome. Excellent. Jordan, can you do some TPS reports for me right now? I would really appreciate
Yeah,
that.
we're gonna need you to come in on the
Yeah,
weekend.
that's Saturday at 4.
Yeah. Hi everybody, I'm Jordan. I am playing Anger the Cleric, and he's fun, and I can cast a couple spells here and there, mostly like things like detect evil. And then Lex tells me that there's a lot of evil around, or there's no evil around, and I get very confused when there's no evil around. So it's great game.
Very good. Very good. Oh, last time on Seekers of the Scorpion Crown, goodness, the party reeled from a terrible defeat at the hands of an Arcanoloth known as the Crimson Duke, in which they lost some party members, including good old Jarmy. Oh, rip. So, after that, they decided that they were going to venture north. Oh, they found out the mask that they had stolen off of one of Rary's henchmen earlier in the campaign had actually been used as a device to track them, and that was how the Yugoloth in question found them in the tower that they had been in. They, through a very good roll for Anger to call out to Weejas, his deity, they were able to sort of reverse track and find out where the bad guys were. Started heading in that direction, but before they could get there, they ran into a big old blue dragon named Volt. The dragon was very impressive and really not, I don't want to say mean, but I want to say like just a huge jerk. Just not nice. Like a real
condescending.
Like a real bad boss. And the dragon's minion, Midge the Merciless, which was a fantastic guest appearance by Eden Lacey. It was good. It was really good. Midge was in the employ of this dragon because he had to be, or the dragon would eat him. That was pretty much what was going on there. Anyway, the dragon was like, hey, I can tell you adventurers where the hidden city, the lost city you're looking for, I can tell you where it is, because I know, because I've been around this desert for a whole long time. But you need to do something for me. You need to go find a book that was stolen from Rary, the Archmage, and is hidden within these caves to the north, slightly, along the Brass Hills. The party went with Midge, were able to find said book and grab it and get out of there, narrowly escaping a very difficult encounter with a chimera. And now they are heading out of that ravine and back towards the dragon, or generally out into the desert. I'm going to bring up the map real quick, even though, because I'm a dum-dum, I forgot to put the dotted lines of where they had been in the past session, because they did do a bit of traveling. So if you can see the map here, you have... we have dotted lines leading to the Tower of the Sands, which is where they were. Last session, they moved sort of around the coast and north up the side of the Brass Hills. So they're basically to the top of the Brass Hills at the moment. And look at this nice map. Oh, side note, I've said this before in the campaign, but I haven't said it in a few episodes, so I feel like why not. This map, as well as the art that was done for like the background of the stream thing, is done by @Axebane on Twitter, and does some really great, very sort of retro D&D art that I like a lot. I actually have commissioned more art from them for another campaign. So get ready to see that. That's gonna be good. Anywho, you're traveling back into the desert. Is there anything anyone would like to discuss?
Yes. I want to discuss this book. We have this book,
Mhm.
but can we read it? Because I think somebody flipped through it and it was kind of like words we didn't understand.
It was a
Like foreign
code.
language?
Yes.
It was in code.
Yes.
Can anybody crack a code?
Kingsmill is like, I can look at it. I can look at it. Kingsmill attempts to
Okay.
look at it. Would anyone else like?
And then I shove Kingsmill and I'm like, wait, you're not like another demon again, are you?
I'm not another demon.
Here with demons.
I still don't. I still haven't even seen this evil Kingsmill you keep talking about. I wasn't there for any of that. You left me frozen in a time bubble.
I hand her the book and then I just do one of these as I like walk away a couple steps.
She's just like, I need a drink.
You already drank all the wine.
It's all gone. I know, says Kingsmill. I know, and I'm unhappy about it. Would anyone else like to take a crack at the book with her, though?
Oh yeah, I'll do that.
Sure. Make an intelligence ability check. Roll under your intelligence score for the character that you are using.
Ooh, can emo
Using
try too?
Zen, I rolled a natural 6, which is definitely under it.
Oh, okay. Travel out into the desert for like a day or something. Overnight, you and Kingsmill are looking over this book and are basically like, okay, we might have figured it out. It still doesn't make a lot of sense. So what it seemed like was just a bunch of words that were like a jumble of letters, right? Letters and numbers, some sort of weird cipher. And you think you figured out what the cipher was, but the results that are spitting out from it seem like they're names, and it's just like a list of names. But none of them are like names you've ever heard before, and a lot of them are very strange, like Merizian, Turgeon, Candahive, like just random names of like people you've never heard of.
The most popular baby names from 1307.
There you go. Yeah, that must be it. And there's nothing but a list of names. Oh, cat. There's no like header that's like this list. So there's no most popular baby names like header. Nothing like that. Just a list of names. And it makes you look at it and be like, did we do this right? Cuz like did we do this right?
Kingsmill, do you recognize any of these names?
No, I don't recognize any of
Be
these names.
historical. Go.
I don't. She's just like, I'll think about it.
Do you guys feel like there's a danger in giving this over to the dragon, Volt the dragon?
Wow, I don't know any of these names. You?
Well, okay, so if we give it to the dragon and the dragon ends up actually on our side and not like secretly aligned with Rory like every other creature in this realm.
It happened once. That happened one time.
Every single one. Then I don't know, we have like a chance, you know. We have a dragon on our side, so we can keep that in mind.
The dragon said that they would find us, or were we to find the dragon?
We would go back and meet them, I think, where we left, and they'd like be around, at least from what I remember.
Do we remember correctly, or are we just wandering the desert looking for a dragon?
Sure, that's probably right.
Okay.
Wow.
Kingsmill brings up the question, like, this dragon really, really wanted this book.
Correct.
Why would a dragon want a book of names?
That's what I'm trying to. That's the old head scratcher, Kingsmill. Welcome to the conversation.
Kingsmill just turns away.
Why would a dragon want a book of names? And it's an old book, and this is Rary's book.
Mm-hmm. Definitely belongs to that Wizrobe boy.
Wizrobe boy. Let's go look at my notes. Hmm.
I don't know. Can dragons like summon people?
Ooh.
Sometimes
That's a good question.
ancient dragons will know magic.
What if this is a list of demons or something? Named demons to summon from wherever. I don't know. I mostly stay on the positive side of the afterlife.
Not I'm looking up. I'm not looking down.
But he's already working with fiends because of that jackal head with the red cloak. Hmm. What would a dragon want with a big
I mean,
it's really bothering me.
what would the dragon do to us if we don't give it to them?
Probably
Not tell us
eat
where Enmakar
us.
is. Might eat
Yeah.
us. But
Okay,
if
but
we
the
hand it over,
last-
we'll know where Enmakar is, and then if we know where Enmakar is, we can go get the Scorpion Crown, and we can stop Rary.
Well, the thing is, the dragon said she knows where Enmakar was, so maybe it's not even there. And also, like, last people who said, "Oh yeah, we know where Enmakar is," took us into a cave and
Tried to rob you.
tried to rob us and killed one of our friends. So I don't
You're
know.
right, and I
Yeah,
don't
but-
trust
Very-
people
very
anymore ever since
conflicted.
then. But
Yeah.
I haven't been taught. I haven't learned if I should not trust dragons yet.
But on the good side, we got to kill a troll, so that was fun.
That was fun.
Fun, yeah, sure. Some of us were asleep, I think, for most of that fight.
Whatever, I heard about it. That sounds fun.
I think it wasn't Imol like involved in that fight pretty heavily.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh yeah, he set the troll on fire.
Yeah. Yeah, Randall just kept avoiding being hit by the troll, and Imol set it on fire in the background. But yeah, well, you've learned that real shifty guys you meet in bars don't necessarily know where forbidden lost cities are. I would have assumed that would have been a no-brainer, but you know what? I just run the game. I don't play in it. But are you certain that ancient blue dragons that have lived in this region forever are lying about knowing where the city is?
I feel like the DM is trying to tell us something, but I don't know why.
I don't know what it could be. But no, it is. But I think the question, what does a dragon want with the Book of Names, is a good one. And certainly one I wrote into my notes. Make sure the players ponder, what does a dragon want with the Book of Names? Did I write in what the dragon wants with the Book of Names in my notes? Who knows? Maybe not. I'm just all about asking questions here.
Another
Yes.
question that I have is, was this book stolen from Rary, or was that like a place where Rary was keeping it hidden?
It was stolen from him. So these,
was stolen.
Yeah, this team of adventurers, because we found out session in the diary entries, the stream of consciousness diary entries, that this is an adventuring party that had snuck into Rary's area, maybe his tower or something, and stole this book, and then retreated to this gorge to try and sort of regroup. And that didn't work out very well for them after that. But yeah, this book was definitely stolen from the wizard.
And the dragon thinks it's important to know. And how did the dragon even know that it was stolen? Did he hire these adventurers,
For one thing, she.
or she? Sorry.
For another thing, maybe, you don't know.
I don't see an option of not handing over the book because we don't know. We've decoded the book, but we still don't know what it's for.
I mean, you might be able to avoid running into the dragon again. You do know, in a general sense, well, not in a general sense, you know where the bad guys are, because you used the mask to sort of reverse divine their location.
Right.
Are they at the Forbidden City? That you don't know. You assume they are because you know that the bad guy read the scrolls, but it could be
That's
somewhere
true.
else. So
Where on the map do I get a sense of where they are? Sorry, I didn't realize I had that much like attunement with that roll that I made.
oh,
I
I
thought it was
mean,
generally like they're east or something.
I'm gonna say you probably had a lot of attunement for at the time you made the roll. It's one of those
Right.
things that I'd probably make you roll again if you wanted to try and see if they've moved or not. But yeah, so if I don't, let me throw this map back up. You know what I should have done was number these hexes. That would have been a good idea. But
The 37th hex from quadrant 7. What?
37C is what you want to look at. So, yeah, it is to the. It's about.
Like we're in the northwest of the Brass Hills.
Yes. So you're right on the corner of the Brass Hills there. And I'm going to say if you go diagonally, like three
To
or
Old Durga?
four. Yeah. Like 3 or 4 hexes is where they're at.
All right. Do you guys want to use this book as a bargaining chip with Rary's people?
No.
No? You want to find the dragon?
Yeah.
I think it's a bad idea to try and find Rory or his people.
Yeah, I think
Well,
they've been trying to
they're-
find us. We were just running away from them.
They're trying to find the crown. They know where the crown is because of that terrible Celeste woman that played an awful demon.
That
Celeste who?
horrible person.
Um,
I mean, if they have an
we gotta
idea,
go and we gotta put on some robes, pretend we're cultists, sneak in, get the crown, sneak out.
I think it maybe is okay to align with the dragon for now.
Okay.
I think we just need to get there as fast as we can. I mean, I do still have that amulet thing that shoot, that Randall gave me, or that I gave me when he died.
What?
So generous.
What amulet thing is this?
The one that opened the secret doors to Enmekar.
Hmm. Could that
Okay.
be important?
Again with your questions. I don't think we have a way of finding the dragon, though. Am I wrong about this, or will the dragon find us?
It's a dragon. Just find treasure. Oh, we can go back to our cave with treasure and say, "Hey, dragon, we have treasure," and then it'll come.
That's a long trek.
To spend a couple weeks
That's
going
fine,
back that
okay.
way.
Yeah.
I don't 100% remember what the dragon said, but I feel like if you just go back to where you met it, which is a couple days south.
Let's dragon it up.
Okay.
I don't want to drag my feet. on
Stop
this.
dragging our feet. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh. And you're kicked from the stream. Goodbye.
Boom. Done.
Yeah. Okay. Let's head south. Meet up with the dragon.
Okay.
That's gonna be terrifying.
Cool.
And then we'll see if we can end Makar from there.
You
Team.
go team. You head south 2-3 days. Get to the spot where you had met the dragon before. And sure enough, sitting on an outcropping, waiting for you. You just sort of peek over a dune, and there it is, waiting, standing still as a statue.
I approach.
Hmm.
And I walk forward. Does the dragon notice me, or is it just staring off in the distance?
As you walk forward, you notice that the dragon, its eyes are closed.
Is it alive?
And as you get a little closer, its eyes snap open, and it's like, oh, I was asleep. What? You're back. It took you
I
long
say-
enough.
Bolt, the great worm of the dune, sovereign of the bright lands, the foe to Rary the traitor, etc. I didn't actually get all of them written down. We have some good news and we have some bad news.
Well, the dragon sort of, its serpentine neck sort of cranes forward so it gets down to your level, and you can feel the hot breath coming out of its nostrils. She looks at you and she's just like, "Where is my herald?" You weren't supposed to say the titles. He was.
That's the problem. That's the bad news, so to speak.
He did.
Well, I was going to be a little more subtle than that, but yes, if we're going to get right to the point, there was a chimera. He bravely held it off. There was a lot of death, a lot of gnashing of bone and teeth. From what we heard, I mean, we had to run away as fast as possible. But very sorry, my mighty dragon.
The dragon, it gets its eyes narrow as it looks at you, and then it's like, oh well, I'll just get another one. It's like, you little people are so expendable. Though finding another one who can dance as well as that one, that will be difficult. Can any of you dance?
No, actually, I was like kicked out of dance school for how terrible I am.
Yeah, two left feet all the way. I can barely walk.
Anand just starts to go like, oh, I'm actually really, and then Cramble's like, no, shut up.
Yeah, you know, there are dance schools though. I bet you could like find one and find like the best dancer and hire that person. You know,
I like where your head is at. So
on my shoulders.
Right there. Yeah. Okay. Well, tell me, at least you got the book.
We did. We're a little confused about what the book is. Maybe you could illuminate us on your grand plan. It seems to be a list of names, old ancient names.
Oh, so you deciphered it then?
Oh, we took a peek.
Oh, I see.
Just, I mean, a little, not much. I mean,
like head gets
flipped and I'm like, oh, page 47, names, weird.
Yeah, head gets real close to you again. You didn't recognize any of the names in there, did you?
What would a dragon do if we did recognize a few names?
Probably incinerate you, some such. Now hand over the book.
What? Incinerate us for being able to read?
Yes.
That seems really like
Listen,
not helpful.
lesser species should not be able to read. That has always been my stance on it. I think once you get to live past 2000, then you earn the ability to literacy. But beyond that, anything short of it, I think it's just a waste of time.
Mighty Volt, some of us cannot live to the age of 2000, so reading earlier is beneficial for us.
Listen, I don't make the rules. Holds out a clawed hand.
But those aren't the rules.
Well,
Just dragon rules.
Dragon rules. You know, just dragon things. You want to hear where the Forbidden City is, don't you?
Yes.
yeah, but I don't know. I'm just a little confused by why it's like why you didn't want us to read it. That just seems not very nice. And I thought you were like an upstanding dragon. I mean, look how magnificent you are.
I am quite magnificent. I am quite powerful. The most powerful
You are.
being in the desert, far and away. But this book is very important to me. And I can't risk it falling back into the hands of that wizard.
Well, we could destroy it for you.
I'd rather you didn't destroy it. It's too useful.
Useful for what, though?
Useful for what? Yeah.
Now, if I told you that, that would give it all away. Besides, I did promise you information, but not the information as to what the contents of that book mean.
Will this help you with your war against Rary?
Almost certainly.
What
Me,
was Rary
certainly
using
more
the
than
book
you. I'm sorry, what was Rary using the book for? Is what you asked?
Yes.
These are notes that he compiled, I suspect. Oh, he may have more copies, I don't know, but it's still useful information for me to have.
It's such a small book for such a large creature. I mean, we could we could help you read it for you. You could let us in on how to. I mean, let us help you.
Help us
or
help
can
you.
help us.
I
Yeah,
have
'cause-
impeccable eyesight.
Oh, of course.
But you're
But
so
it,
strong.
you know,
I
this
mean,
would, yeah, this would be a great opportunity for you to show how much better you are than us by just getting a chance to see exactly how stupid we are that we couldn't figure it out without you. And then we could go tell everybody, like, wow, this dragon is not only a great dragon, but a wonderful teacher as well.
SMRT. I mean,
Yeah.
Dragon
SMRT.
Senpai.
Besides, I don't even think you know where the place is.
Someone roll me, or actually, maybe I'm the one who rolls this. You know what? I'm gonna roll it. Why not? We're gonna use the rules for monster reactions.
Ooh.
Since you're not giving over the book, who would like to add their charisma to this 2d6 roll that I'm about to make?
I'll do it. I have charisma 13.
Alright.
I was gonna say, does anyone have a modifier to their charisma?
Oh, doesn't 13 come with a mod?
You're 13. You should have a +1 modifier.
Yeah, Elson has a 16 charisma, so that's
Oh,
what modifier?
+2.
Two, I
think?
believe. Yeah.
2?
let's go with Elson then.
No, +2.
Okay.
And then 18 would be +3.
All right. Whoa! I dropped one of the dice. I have to get a different one. Okay. Ooh. Good for you. You got a 12.
Ooh.
Which, because I rolled a 10 on 2d6 and then you added +2 to it. You got like the best category. Fantastic. If I had rolled under a 3, it would have attacked you.
Oh, that's
Oh,
Although I couldn't have done that, so you would have been okay. The dragon would have just gotten mad at you. Would have been unfriendly may attack on a 3 through 5. Yeah, so the dragon's like, oh, I am always looking for people to spread the good word about how fantastic I am.
and
Yeah,
you're sure
right.
a herald we can tempt.
Ooh, you've won me over. You're delightful. If you could dance, I would hire you.
I know, it's so regretful.
just bummer.
Yeah.
Well, I can throw stuff and set things on fire.
Would not offer your services to the dragon.
The dragon's like, well, as you may have noticed, the Archmage has in his employ a certain number of fiends. They are known as Yugoloths from other planes of existence, which Rary no doubt traveled to bind them to his service. But to bind such creatures, you need their true names, and that book seems to contain every name of every creature he has bound. At my disposal, I can turn his Yugoloth army against him and undo him utterly.
That's awesome.
But of course, you wouldn't know how to do something like that, which is
Oh,
why
no.
I
You're
need.
small.
Yeah. Oh, no, of course, you're too small. You don't have the arcane knowledge to do such a thing. Now, as I said, I don't know if Rary has another copy of the book or of the names therein. So he may still be able to assert control, but as long as I have access to it, I could certainly do quite a bit myself. Oh.
It's fantastic. You are, oh, so great.
Could you show us an example of your amazing power, oh great one?
I certainly can. And then the dragon sort of rears back, and its neck, its like serpentine neck, sort of rears up and snaps forward just to the side of you, and a bolt of lightning just shoots out and hits into the sand. And while it's going, the dragon sort of like moves its neck in a weird way, and then closes its mouth, and the lightning cuts off. And then just reaches its clawed hand in to the sand and pulls out a perfectly formed glass sword. And it's just like, I've made a lot of these, and then crushes it into dust, and it's just like, I'm really an artist. I have many talents.
Fantastic. I mean, just
Wow.
clapping. Wow.
Well, I know. I'm me. So, oh, now you're delightful. But that is the usefulness of the book. Now, I don't know if those adventurers really knew what they had found or why they had been looking for it in the first place. I think they had just been trying to steal something that seemed important from the Archmage, but when I received word that they had found something from him, I surmised what it must be through divination magics and, advanced thaumaturgy.
Yo.
Now, then the dragon looks off distantly for a minute. Oh.
I turn and look at whatever they're looking at.
Yeah, no, it just seems to be looking off, like, in a random direction. It says, oh, well, Midge died at the base of the cave. I could probably reclaim his things. Very good. Now, so I need the book, and I should tell you where Enmakar is. Now, do you have a map?
We do.
Oh, excellent.
Yes.
And I hand the map, and I'm like, I'm sorry, our map making person forgot to draw the lines of where we've been. But
Kingsmill is
can
like,
start
I
my
was
story.
gonna get to it. I forgot to get to it.
Sorry.
And the dragon's like, looks at Kingsmill, and she's like, sloppy.
Yep.
I would fire that
understand.
person.
Well, yeah.
We're working on it.
Get rid of them. And
And by fire, just like right out of my mouth to destroy.
Roast. Yeah, we roast Kingsmill on a daily basis. Don't worry.
and the dragon's like, oh, that's interesting. So do you have some sort of revivification magic so that after you have roasted them, you can bring them back to life?
Oh, man. The modern day lingo. Maybe this is something that I could provide you to teach you about the current slang.
And the dragon's just like,
I shall teach you what a roast is.
You see Emo preparing a firebomb. I was like, let's test it out.
No, Emo.
So the dragon, if you lay out the map flat on the ground, the dragon just sort of picks up a clawed finger and sort of flicks it, and a spark just flies off of it and hits the map and sort of sears into it in a certain spot, which is 1 hex west of the place where you sensed the bad boys when you did that reverse divination thing. And the dragon is just like, that is the location of Enmakar. It is buried under some large amount of sand. I'm sure you can dig it out if you wait long enough, if you try hard enough. I could certainly dig it out easily, but I have other things to do. Let's see. Oh, I do have a piece of information I can give you, though, because you're just so nice. Let me see here. As the DM looks through their notes. Oh, shoot. Where did I write that down? Ah, yes. Now, there are few know this, but there are more than one entrance into Enmakar. Shadados had his main entrance that him and his servants and the different archmages in his employ would enter through, but he had a secret door only he could access, which lies within the stone prison. Now, I don't know exactly what that means, but he told me that. I overheard it back then. Seemed important, so I figured I'd let you know.
Thank you very much.
Excellent. Now, I'll just be taking that book, and I will be on my way.
Yeah, that's good. if we run across each other's paths again, maybe we could, like have dinner or something. Like just like catch up and compare notes.
The
Have
dragon.
a roasting party.
Kicking Rory's butts.
The dragon's like, oh, definitely. Oh, definitely. And it's definitely the tone in the dragon's voice is that kind of person who's like, yeah, sure, I'd love to do that, but they don't really want to hang out.
Okay. And I'm a little sad, but I accept it.
The dragon picks up the book, and with a heave against the ground with its powerful legs, it just launches itself up into the ground. The whole area just shakes, and you all fall over from the force of it. Launches itself up in the air and is just like gone very, very quickly.
Too bad we don't have a bard.
Bards don't exist in BX.
To the camels? Shall we look for this secret entrance?
Yeah.
Stone prison, so to
Wait,
speak.
wait. Can't we test out Kingsmill certification?
No.
No.
That was a dragon bluff, is what we call.
Okay. I
Just
will
the name of
teach.
my '80s cover band, but
There are more than one. There's more than one way to skin a cat, and more than one way to roast people.
I don't think I've skinned a cat before.
It's a very traumatizing process.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. But roasting, you can roast chestnuts. You can roast your friends verbally. We'll talk about it on the road.
Sure.
I'll drive my camel next to yours.
I'm gonna roll down my camel's window because it's hot.
Roll down the camels.
I'm gonna blast the AC on my camel.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say so these camels were all secondhand. So like one of them definitely has a leak in its AC compressor. So there's just a couple of them don't have working AC, but most of them do. One of them the AC works, but it just smells really bad. Ooh.
Ooh.
Ba-ba-ba.
Should we come? I vote. Anger votes that we go like south and try to come around the backside, rather than trying to accidentally meet with Rary's horde of people. Yes,
Sounds
ma'am?
good to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I think that's what we want to do. Looking at the map again.
All right.
Head to the old Dura area.
Mm-hmm.
See what's there.
Cool. You travel. In the interest of time, we fast travel.
Whee!
So let's see here. I think I'm gonna check the map right quick myself, and just give you an estimate on how many days it was, so that you can keep track of supplies, because that is important. One, two, 3, 4. Oh, it's like 5 days. Yeah, you're fine.
5 days.
Yeah.
I've only got 5 water skins left though. So
only 5 hours.
how many people have water?
Oh. Don't ask me. I don't know.
I have water.
Or if you have extra water.
Well,
I took all of
Who
Randall's water, so I have enough.
Oh
Plenty
yeah,
of
Yeah.
we have
And I
we have
thought
less
we-
people for the same amount of supplies.
I thought we had like stocked up the camels with barrels of water and stuff. Did someone keep track of the amount of days?
I didn't know about
supply?
that.
I didn't know about that either.
I've just been counting off every day. I count off my water skins and my rations, and like
Okay.
rations, I should be
From
okay.
like your personal supply.
Yeah, but I've got 5 water left. So
Okay.
just a heads up, I might get thirsty, and if you guys can help me out, that would be awesome. Because we got to trek all the way back.
Ooh,
Anger, you're always thirsty.
for
My gruff
justice.
voice, I can't help it.
DM, how many days supplies did we stock up on before we set out with our camels?
Gosh, I don't remember. The thing that I do remember though is that in terms of water, you got to replenish it because like halfway through your trip, you found that riverbed
Mm.
that you were able to dig for water at. And I also know that the camels go 2 weeks without drinking, according to real life. So
Okay.
they replenished before, I think it was like a hex or two before the Tower of the Sands.
Hmm.
So they could go 2 weeks after that. I mean, considering the fact that you lost some party members, you do have their supplies, so you definitely should have enough, at least to get there. Getting back might be tricky, but you might be able to, I don't know, steal some things. Who knows? Maybe you'll all die and you won't make it out of the last dungeon, and then you won't have to worry about it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a perfect solution.
just keep, just think positive. That's what I always say.
The DM has a lot of faith in us.
You're very
Uh-huh.
encouraging.
So, you head in that direction. Let's see here. I've got. Do I have a note for this? I think I do. Oh yeah, if you're copying spells into your spellbook, this happens during this stretch of time. You crest the hill overlooking a sandy, half uncovered ruin. The area is abuzz with the sound of picks and hammers, and you see dodging between ruined plinths small goblinoid creatures similar to the ones that you have seen before, and also look like guards, again turbaned and robed, wearing scimitars. There are several tents set up, but because you said that you were going to try to approach this from the back, they are a fair distance away, at least the campsite is, and there's a couple of different guys. So it looks like there's been an excavation going on here, though not for very long. The ruins are sparse. Most things are still covered in sand, and it's as if digging has only just started. Maybe it's been like 3 or 4 days that they've been at this. The team is also not huge. It's probably like 5 or 6 tents. One particularly grand one set towards the back. You're at a bit of a distance right now, and I assume you're keeping yourselves hidden. If anyone would like to venture forward, you may attempt to do so, although I will probably have you roll some sort of stealth.
Anger's not good at stealth. And
I don't have anyone good at stealth.
Are you
think
telling
it's
me
Davis.
someone named Anger isn't good at being
Ooh,
quiet?
I'm really good at hiding. A 90% chance to hide in bushes, or 2 to 6 chance, or 90% bushes are outdoors, 2 to 6 in dungeons.
Oh,
Yeah.
1d3 in the middle of a desert.
It says bushes or outdoors.
yeah. Well, there's definitely like bits of old stonework outcroppings you could try and dodge between. So I would say,
totally.
yeah, that could apply if Imul wants to scout ahead.
Yeah, Emo totally got it.
All right. Roll. So you said it was a 2 and 6 chance.
It says 90% bushes are outdoors, 2 to 6 in dungeons. So I'll leave it up to you what to use.
90%.
That's what it says.
Wow, that's
happening.
real good. Okay, I'm gonna roll for you to see, but you're positive that you are you're dodging between these ruins completely unseen. You may get closer to the camp, or to just farther in general. I don't know. What would you like to investigate? Anything specifically?
Well, I want to check out the back entrance we're trying to go to, make sure it's actually clear.
Sure. I mean, right now it just looks like random bits of stonework that are poking up out of the sand.
Mhm.
and different areas that are being dug at by these like sort of like red goblinoid creatures. Let's see here. As you look around, you pass one there's one so there's like I'm gonna say probably two major dig areas that have bad guys digging at them. One of them is the one you come to first, which looks like a stone statue that it has the body of a bull and the head of a man, with a long sort of curled beard. It's like half uncovered, so you can see the head and like some of the body, but you can't see as far down as like the feet. They're working on it, and as you get closer, you hear a group of a cacophony of shouts in the distance. Let's see here. As you look across the dissected ruin, there is a loud booming thud and the kicking of dust from beyond the area you are currently at. Excited shouts of Rary's archaeologists fill the air. You hear them say, "A new chamber bigger than anything we've found." And that is off towards the other dig site, or the other dig area. The goblos who are digging at this sphinx type statue throw down their stuff and head over there to assist with the breakthrough that has been made in that area.
Mhm. All right. This one I'd head back to the tell everyone what I saw. So there's two dig sites have got going on. One's got like half bull, half man thing with a beardish thingy, and apparently they just found a new chamber.
Was there an entrance at the half man, half bull beard thingy?
Couldn't tell it wasn't completely digged up yet. I couldn't quite see its feet. So,
I don't want to run over there with a whole mess of goblins.
well, I mean, the goblins all went to the new chamber. So
That's what I mean. I don't think we should go to that new chamber area. Seems a little too dicey.
just want
Do we
to
want to get closer and explore the
check out the statue.
statue? And
what do you
do
think,
I
El?
get a sense that this is the same statue that we saw underground? That was like
It's-
spitting bile.
It sounds similar, but you haven't actually
Yeah.
seen it
I
yet.
haven't seen it. Yeah.
This reminded you of something?
Yeah. Were you not there? I don't remember if he was there.
I don't remember if he was there either.
went in-
I think a mole was probably there. I don't think Wild Engineer was there.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, to catch you up, we went underground in like a temple area, and there was a bunch of falling ceiling pieces that we were dodging with like dexterity checks, and it was awful.
Oh yeah. No, Emo wasn't there, but Randall was.
Oh well, there you go.
But I did detect evil, and there was very much a detected, or evil was detected on that statue, and then it started spitting up some like black bile stuff.
Yeah, Emo wasn't in that one. Randall was.
How far away are we from this dig site statue?
Oh, I mean, definitely.
How far
I mean,
away
you're
do I
all.
wanna
I'm
be?
assuming you're all hidden behind a hill. I had a sand dune.
Mhm.
You could get over there. Oh, I don't know. Spatial reasoning, probably in 15, 20 minutes.
Okay. I'd like to get close enough and cast Detect Evil, I think, to see if this area has evil
Mm-hmm.
around it.
Okay.
So I will move forward and hope that my party will accompany me.
You move forward. You don't seem to. No one jumps out at you
Okay.
to attack. You move forward. You cast Detect Evil.
Yes.
The statue is not evil, but when you turn your gaze towards the ground itself, while there isn't anything necessarily specifically evil, the beneath your feet just sort of has this dull radiation of menace
Okay.
that is very off-putting to you. Feels bad, real bad. Ooh, oh no. As you ponder this, there is a scream from farther into the ruins, at probably where the other dig site is. You hear several of those goblinoid creatures shrieking, and then their shrieks stop, and then you see just burning in the distance like a fire that has been set.
Curiouser and curiouser. Anger says, Emil, did was it Randall was your magic user, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't Randall have a magic wand or something that allowed you to find secret doors?
Let me check.
Oh. Well, elves can just
Yeah.
find secret doors.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
there
got
you
a-
go. We should search around this area, see if there's a secret door.
Yeah. So I get a 2 in 6 chance,
Okay.
DM,
Uh,
with Rue.
go ahead and roll it.
And there's a magic wand, but it has to be used by a magic user. Okay, for an elf.
I was gonna say elves or magic users will be able to use that wand.
I rolled a 6.
Nope. You're-
Nope.
but if you like to use the wand, you certainly can.
Wand! Use the wand!
Does anybody know how to use this thing?
Might as well. Point and shoot.
Well, it's gonna be used by an elf, so I'm gonna
Okay.
take it.
All right. I could try to do this. Point and shoot
All right.
with Ruificent.
Okay. You search.
Just expending all of the charges. Like
There's 9 more charges now.
Yeah, that wand has a bunch of charges on it. That statue has a door built into it. If you press a certain part on the statue, the back of it actually opens up.
Oh,
Oh, that's weird. So it's
before the goblins find us, we should get in. We should get in, even
Okay.
though there's like evil down there. But we should get in.
what do we do with the camels? Do we just leave them there?
Oh, what do we do with the camels?
uh,
That's a great question.
Wait, did we sneak up on our camels?
I assume not.
Why?
Yeah, I didn't think you did that.
So they're just kind of sitting in a desert with a bunch of supplies.
We could probably find a dune to leave them behind. Maybe. DM?
Oh yeah, sure. You could leave them out of sight if you wanted to. Maybe they will be found. Maybe they won't. You don't know when you're down there.
Well, there's not really another choice. We're not sneaking through some tunnels or anything with a
No, we're not
bunch of
taking
camels.
into the dungeon.
You're not gonna take the camels into the dungeon? Why
I know,
not?
it's ridiculous.
Mine is no place for a camel.
Oh, I don't understand. I just don't understand.
This cat wants you to know that it is very hungry, and he will not leave me alone, nor my green screen alone, because of how hungry he is. Just so everybody knows, hungry cat. Jerk.
The
Damn,
audience
big
needs
bitch.
to know.
Camels are safe behind a dune. We're gonna say that. They might wander, but they're safe. They're good. It's their natural environment, the desert. They're happy.
They'll be fine. They love it.
They love it.
Yeah.
Secret door. I say we go in.
Come on, yeah, let's do it.
Find a scorpion crown.
Who
Sure.
wants to go first?
Yeah.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Oh, well, Mole would definitely go first.
Oh yeah.
Emil,
So if
I
you
love you. Go
If
right
you-
ahead.
If you touch there's just like a stone on the side of this that you can press it in, and then with the grinding of stone, basically the back, the top part, the back of this bowl sort of just slides away, and there is just a vertical shaft going straight down into darkness.
Ooh,
Nice.
anywhere to hook a rope to, like a hook on the top or anything?
I mean, there isn't a hook built into it, but you could probably sort of dig it in somewhere.
I do that.
Yeah, I mean, the
Like,
stonework isn't in great shape, so you could probably find a place to sort of.
I find a place to like
Mhm.
do a pitten or something with a rope so that we can descend safely.
Let's see. Do I have? I think Emo has a grappling hook.
Oh, nice. Perfect. The perfect thing for this situation. Okay. Gonna shimmy down into darkness.
Mhm.
I'm gonna light a torch and toss it down. How far does it go?
The torch falls and falls and falls and falls. Going about 30 feet. And then so it's 30 feet down the shaft, and then it falls into what seems to be a large chamber, like through its ceiling. Briefly illuminates something translucent, and then hits it, and the light goes out.
Okay. I think I can refill my water skins, guys.
Yeah, no, that water totally safe to drink. Go for it. Also, how dare you not feed that cat? I can hear how
Can you
how,
hear it?
how sad that
Yeah,
cat
I-
is.
Crying.
Heard that.
It's all he does. It's like 7 a.m. and 3 o'clock, and I'm like, you eat at 4. Like we've been over this so many times. You don't eat at 3 o'clock. Why do you meow for an hour? Every day.
Every day.
I'll feed him on our break. It'll be
You're
great.
so mean.
So it is now dark in there again. The torch has gone out.
All right. Emil, after you.
All right. Think we're gonna find anything?
Yes. A crown are certain deaths. Rary's henchmen will find something, I'm sure.
I mean, like, think there's gonna be any good fights?
Potentially. There's
All
great.
right.
All right. So good. So in terms of who's going in, is it going to be everybody, or are you going to leave some of your retainers outside?
And then I don't have any retainers, so I'm
Yeah,
good.
so you don't have to worry about it. Jordan doesn't have
I
any
don't have
retainers either.
retainers either. I've just got anger left, so
And I think that Onion and Cramble, they might go in, but they might like hang back or something.
Yeah, I think Elson could stay with them and kind of hang back, kind of by the entrance, just like following up behind us,
Hmm.
kind of thing. Consulting with Onion and Cramble, where they want to park their bodies for the time being.
Oh, they can watch the camels for us, totally.
Hmm.
That too.
Yeah, I mean, if they want to wait outside the dungeon, they certainly can.
Sure.
Okay.
What could go wrong?
This depending on what Davis has to say about his two characters, this may get retconned. I'm just telling the audience that.
Alright.
But yeah. So
Yeah, Elson will protect the two thieves because they're both thieves, right?
Cramble
Onion,
is an
Cramble.
elf. Cramble
elf.
the
Oh, okay.
elf.
Oh, somehow I missed that along the way.
Yeah. Cramble. With a name like Cramble, why wouldn't you assume that they're an elf? I don't understand.
I know. It's
Such an
all
elfy
I'm a
name.
fool.
Yep. Onion, though, that just screams thief. So you guys, are you gonna try to create light some other way, or are you just gonna climb down?
I mean, I still have torches. But,
Yeah, I mean, you could light one and carry it with you if you wanted.
No, there's also lanterns. I have lanterns. What's it called? Is it called a lantern?
I believe so.
Yeah, lantern.
Go ahead, light your lantern. Go on. Oh, it's my green.
I'll light a lantern too.
It's a
Well,
ghost.
You can strap a lantern onto your belt and not have to worry about burning yourself too bad.
Sure. So Immel is going first.
Yeah.
Okay. You shimmy down. So like I said, the shaft is about 30 feet, and then there's like another 20 down into this chamber.
Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy.
And as you get in, large circular chamber, domed ceiling, very similar to a lot of the craftsmanship you've seen up until this point. Very similar to that tomb that you guys were in underground earlier on in the campaign. Cuneiform writing covers the walls. It's kind of eroded by time, but it's just all over the place. So let's see, you're dangling over a pool of water. A wheel inside a wheel, framing the edge of a large basin of still water. The wheels are carved with cuneiform text, and the inner wheel has 3 indentations on it, spread out equidistant from each other. So yeah, right now you've climbed down the 50 feet, and you're just hanging above a pool of water. The pool of water is probably 15 feet wide, maybe 20, circular. You'd have to swing a little bit to be able to not fall into it.
Yeah, let's try swinging.
Okay. Give me a strength ability check. Roll under your strength.
Strength of 10. Oh lord. I roll a 10 exact.
Oh, there you go. So you swing around and are able to sort of let go at the right time and cartwheel onto the ground next to the basin. You notice that there are also several doorways leading out of this room.
Mm-hmm.
There is one to the south, which is a large, like a copper door, again carved with all this text, which is closed. And then there's one to the east and one to the west and one to the north. The north one is another large copper door which is closed and seems to not have handles or a keyhole. It does have hinges, but there isn't an obvious way to open it.
All the doors, just the north door.
Just the north door. The one to the south does have handles, obvious way to open it, and then the east and west are actually hallways, so they're entryways off into darkness.
Okay. Yell back up. It's like, all right, y'all can come down. Just gotta swing your way to the platform.
Okay. Anger will go next. He shimmers down the rope.
Let's see if there's can I like hold on to the rope so if they shimmy towards me?
Oh yeah, I guess you could try and do that. It would be a little weird, but sure. Makes it a little easier. I would say if you want to avoid going in the font, make a strength ability check, but because the rope is being held at an angle, you can do it a little easier, or just because Imol is helping you. So go ahead and give a minus 3 to your roll.
Okay. 11 minus 3 is 8,
Yeah.
and that is under my strength.
Cool. I hope 8 is under your strength. Goodness. Feed that cat.
So hungry.
So
I'm waiting for some climactic break, and then we'll.
I know we're gonna try and break in 10
Come on,
minutes.
kitty.
And then
You're okay.
So.
Just wants the world to know how hungry he is, and that I'm a terrible cat dad.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Dang. All right. So now Anger is down there.
Elson,
Alston's back, but I have Sen and Rue. So I guess Sen will go next. All right. Do I have to roll or?
You do have to roll if you want to avoid falling in the water.
Yeah, that's good. And what skill is this?
This is strength.
Well, I rolled a 4.
Oh yeah,
So
I would assume that would be good.
Sen has a moment of being real strong. Ruificent rolled very poorly with the 17.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Maleficent falls into the pool of water. So Sen manages to swing the rope, sort of guided by the other adventurers who are down there, and manages to let go at the right time. Cartwheels next to the basin, and they're like, "Yeah, just one more."
Yay!
And then,
Oh no!
and then the last Rue is just like, "I could do it," and then just lets go of the rope at the wrong point and falls into the water with a splash that echoes throughout the room.
Don't like that.
Oh,
Nothing
Well-
happens. You're just really wet.
okay. Is he like stuck down there now?
No, he's
How
just
deep's
in
the water?
The water's like 4 feet deep.
Okay. All right. He is very sad.
Just
Does
soaked.
not like being wet. He's like a cat.
Kingsmill calls down from up above. So you got. I'm really torn, because this looks like a real archaeological shindig down there, but it also I've seen a lot of people die in the last couple of weeks. But I want. I'm coming down there, and she just starts shimmying down the rope. I got it. There's too much cool writing. I gotta check it out.
Gotta check it out. Get down
Okay.
here.
She
Hello.
succeeds her role actually quite easily. And she's like, spry as a cat. Let's see. Whoa, there's a lot of writing in here. This is interesting. And she lights up a torch and just starts looking at stuff more clearly.
I saw stuff on the wheel too.
And she starts like messing with it. And she's like, I think these turn.
That's weird.
Oh,
I don't
like-
think you should drown us by opening up a water valve that would fill this entire chamber and kill us all.
I don't know if it's a water valve, but the wheels around the basin of water turn. I don't know if they're connected to some sort of mechanical thing. Well, maybe they are. I don't know. Okay, I won't turn them too much. But there's... what is this writing? The outer wheel... Something about... astrology, botany, thaumaturgy. I don't recognize some of these words. That's weird. What does the inner wheel say? The inner wheel, something astral plane. Something about the astral plane.
Would Anger know about the astral plane?
Would Anger know about the astral plane?
Being
Probably.
a cleric?
I do know.
Souls? No?
Nah.
Okay.
Does this have anything to do with that time tower we found?
I don't think so.
But does it have to do with the other tower you
Ooh.
found? So
Ugh.
yeah. So she's like, okay, well, I'm coming back to that. She's looking at the walls and she's just like, oh gosh. Oh man. Oh no. Oh, this is weird. This isn't a city at all.
You do not
What?
sound very reassuring right now, lady.
Look,
This
Are we
not Enmakar?
Are we in a
no,
sewer?
this is Enmakar. We're not in a sewer. Gosh, no. This is a research center. I guess is what. I mean, that's not what they call it, but this This entire place is for making magic.
Making it?
Huh.
Yes. Creation of spells, creation of items.
Oh, is this where they made the crown?
She looks at you. She's like, "Oh, yeah, probably." And then she goes back to reading. She's like, let's see here. Okay, and if I'm reading this right, that way." And she turns to the eastern corridor. She's like, "That way is the astrological place, and that way," and she points toward the other corridor, "is the what does this say? I can't figure out this word, but it's one of the other areas."
Anything about that large sealed door?
And she like goes over to it. She's like, this is gonna take me a while. I don't get this. This doesn't make sense.
Okay. What can we do to help while you're working on it?
Leave me that lantern.
Okay, I'll give you mine.
You hear from somewhere distant, not from above you, but from somewhere beyond to that door to the south, which is also closed. Somewhere beyond that, you hear a low, like, thud, like a booming sound. Some dust falls from the ceiling.
Think that's Rary trying to get into the temple?
Gosh, I hope not.
Or do you think there's something
Well,
down here with us?
I kept hearing that.
Honestly, it's probably both, actually.
There you go.
Delightful. Great.
Delightful.
I always
heard-
expect the worst.
I heard a boom from when they said they found that other chamber too. Could be from that thing.
Anger can't take it anymore, and he pushes one of the wheels.
Pushes the outer wheel or the inner wheel?
The outer wheel.
Okay.
He's gonna try and see if it correlates to opening the doors.
He pushes it with a heave, and it sort of slides for a little while and then clicks into a different position. And when that happens, you hear the entire place rumbles and shakes,
boy.
and all of this sand starts falling from the ceiling between like cracks in the stonework. Not enough to like drown you, but a significant amount. And for a second, you're worried that some stone blocks may fall away. But the room seems to hold together. But you do hear a shifting and a grinding of stone down both of those two side hallways.
So that definitely does something. Just didn't open the doors. Thoughts, Kingsmill? Is this controlling the temple in some way? This astral plane you were talking about?
Oh, this is okay. I gotta try this. She runs over to it and she's like, "So you move the outer wheel, right? You move the outer wheel?"
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna try and move the inner wheel. Hold on. And she
Are
grabs
there symbols on this, like a Stargate? Is it like?
Does it look like a star? I don't know. I couldn't say. She grabs the inner wheel and starts trying to turn it. And she's like, all right.
I'll help her.
You help her. It will not budge.
Okay.
The inner wheel looks like it's made to turn like the outer wheel is, but when you try and turn it, it does not move.
Okay. Puzzles.
What? What?
Can I move the outer wheel left and right, or does it go in one direction?
You can move it counterclockwise or clockwise.
Okay.
Would you like to move it again?
No, I think I want to go down the hallway. Do you guys want to go down the hallway with me?
Which one?
We heard rumbling from both sides of the
Yes.
hallway. She said one was astrological and one she can't figure out.
Correct.
Let's go down the astrological chamber.
Sure.
Oh, I want to go the one I can't figure out.
I want to go the one I can't figure out. So you go to this hallway, and the hallway curves like it's curves counterclockwise as you walk down it. Pretty bare stone though, not very. Aren't a lot of carvings or anything like that. Very functional. There are a couple places where you see some stonework has come loose and some sand has sort of spilled in and piled up, but nothing that blocks your path or anything like that. As you go down it, you come to a bridge. There is on either side, so the hallway sort of opens up, right? On either side, there is just darkness, like a pit. Does anyone have infravision? I know dwarves do, but I don't know if elves do. I can't remember.
I believe elves do.
Elves do.
Okay.
Yeah, so Rue does.
So Rue can find out by looking downward that there is stonework down there, and it looks like paths. There's like another entryway to another area somewhere down there. In that weird sort of chamber down below this bridge that is over it that you are currently on. But it's pretty far down. It's like 30 feet. And you also notice that the bridge is sloping slightly upward. And it is slightly concave. A little bit. Just a little bit. And the doorway on the other side, you see, is just darkness, and then suddenly it is filled with this gray sort of mass that begins moving towards you, and you realize as you're looking at it, this is a boulder, a perfectly spherical ball that is that has been triggered by something and is rolling down this bridge straight for you. You are on right now.
Oh.
It seems to be moving completely smoothly, like nothing is shaking, you're not hearing anything, but it is barreling towards you at an amazing speed, and it looks like it's about to hit you. So, with that, we're gonna take a break for a couple minutes.
Okay.
And hey everybody, thanks if you're tuning in. Appreciate you watching. We're going to be back in 10 to 15 minutes with the second half of tonight's episode of Seekers of the Scorpion Crown on the Greyhawk channel. So, hey, stick around. Oh, we're back. Wow. Let's I forgot to I always like I shouldn't say always. Half the time I forget to start music at the beginning of the stream and then we just don't have music for a while. So we start up some music now. So now we're going to have music for the second half of the stream.
Brilliant.
All right, we don't know any better either way.
It's fine.
Just in time for tension.
Yeah. So oh, actually, you know what? This is not a bad playlist, but I think there's a better one for this particular situation. Let's see here.
Is the
Everybody
Indiana Jones soundtrack?
Bed, so it's okay. He's quite content now, and he will stop meowing.
Oh, good.
My cat is still sleeping in my dice tray, so
Nice.
just one more stream, I'm never going to be able to use the dice tray in.
Mm-hmm. All right, so there's a boulder rolling towards you at incredible speed. In the split second that this is happening, you know that you're on a bridge. You could jump off to either side. Into some of you, just into darkness. The elf, however, knows that there is a floor. It's just pretty far down. There aren't spikes though, so the DM has been gracious in that respect. You also know that the if you try and run back behind you, judging by the speed of this thing, you might not be able to outrun it. You're not sure, but you know the hallway you came down was curved. So if you try and run down it, the boulder's just gonna follow you. What is everyone? How is everyone gonna react?
Anger will use the last charge on his magic telekinesis ring to float above the boulder.
To float above the boulder, so you're not gonna stop the boulder.
Oh, can I do that?
I'm sorry, but that's not what you said.
Oh, shit. I didn't know I could do that. I didn't know that meant, I thought it weighed too much.
Yeah. Yeah. Great. Cool.
Great,
Okay.
Jordan. Awesome. Love playing with you.
Anger could try and grab someone and bring them up with him.
I do. Who do you want me to grab? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
You got three
There.
characters to choose from.
Roll the dice for it.
Oh, I got 3 characters to choose from?
Yeah, because there's
Immol?
Immol, Sen, and
Rufus.
Rufficent. Yes.
Oh, Rufus. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Levitate.
Sen it is. I can take Sen.
Okay. Sen will go with you. Rue will levitate and jump up 20 feet.
Cool.
Who does levitate? Oh, great. I'm just a regular halfling with a bunch of magic users.
But can Sen try to cast off a spell while getting picked up by this ring
Sure.
of
Yeah.
telekinesis?
Because they're not like actively doing anything. They're just being. They're Anger's just grabbing their arm and hoisting them.
I like to think the shirt and like
The scruff of the neck.
the scruff of the neck.
That's on brand.
Yeah.
And like
Um,
Sen will like go pew pew and cast web on the
Oh.
boulder.
Okay.
So down.
That's an interesting idea, actually.
how far is Evil away from the entrance?
Probably not that far, but like I said, the boulder's probably gonna follow you. Because it's
Right.
just gonna. Yeah.
But is it bigger than the entrance or same?
It
size?
is not. It's the same size. So basically, there's a doorway you came out of. There's an identical doorway farther up on the other side of this pit, basically. And there's a boulder rolling out of that identical doorway down towards you.
I see. Yeah. Evil's just gonna do a tribute to Randall and run.
Tribute to Randall. He's gonna run. Okay. Web happens. Emil turns around and books it back into the place where we went. Everyone else rises up into the air. You all rise up. Those who rise up above the boulder rise up above the boulder. Web hits the spot roughly where you guys were standing, and the boulder passes right through it, as if the boulder is ghostly in some way.
God damn it.
And then when the boulder reaches the other doorway, it disappears.
Wow,
hate
what a
flags.
great waste of spells.
My favorite trap. My favorite trap. I've been waiting the whole campaign to use it. It's illusionary. It's not really there. So,
Makes me really angry.
it runs down the
Anger is
hallway.
not immune.
Anger is feeling his emotion right now. Imol runs down the hallway, and just like you feel like this thing is at the rate it's moving, it's gonna catch up to you, and then suddenly it doesn't overtake you, and you turn around and it's just gone.
So Evil's gonna pop his head back and he's be like, I think it disappeared, y'all.
Where'd all these webs come from? The boulder turned into a pile of webs.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, hey, at least none of you were like, "Oh, we'll jump off the bridge," because then you would have been dealt a bunch of damage. That's what the trap actually is you jump off the bridge and you get dealt falling damage, even though you didn't need to because the boulder wasn't really there.
Emo almost tried to fight the boulder, but I don't think he's that stupid.
No. If it was a monster barreling towards you, Emo would have been all about it.
He was like, no, you can't fight a boulder.
Oh, okay. So,
we gonna keep going, or y'all just gonna keep floating up there?
I will slowly descend as my connection has restabilized. So
We will too.
Cool.
frustrated, I lost my telekinesis ring
Oof,
to an illusionary trap.
No.
Oh no.
Feel
Was that the last charge?
bamboozled.
That was the last charge.
Yeah.
Trying to keep anger alive every step of the way,
Uh-huh.
and now, yeah. So in protest, because it lasts, so I don't know how long it lasts actually. I'm gonna just hover like inches above the ground.
Sure. How long does levitate last?
Levitate. Let me pull it up. Levitate lasts 6 turns plus 1 per level, so that'll be 9 rounds.
9 turns,
Or 9 turns, yeah.
which is 90 minutes.
Wow.
Wow.
So,
Yeah, so I could. So it only lets me move up and down like in straight lines, and not horizontal. I have to like push off of stuff.
just have someone tie a rope to you and lead you around.
I'm just gonna hold Sen's hand, and he's just gonna like walk
Nice.
like I'm a balloon.
Cool. Are you going to try to explore the lower area because you still have levitate up? 2 of you still have levitate up.
Good.
Effectively.
Man, it works for 90 minutes, right?
Yeah. Shall we?
Yes. I'm frozen again. Oh, there we
I'm gonna
go.
pull out
You look fine to me.
Yeah.
10-foot
Thank you.
pole to help me with like my moving around in the air.
There you go. You push around. You notice as you go sort of underneath this bridge thing. So there is a doorway that looks pretty much identical to the one that's up there, but it is just below, right? Like it's at the bottom of this this chamber. And you notice when you go underneath the bridge. So remember how I said the bridge was sloping upward to that doorway that the illusionary boulder came out of? At the bottom of the bridge, there's a hinge. So it looks like the bridge could be hinged to go down and then leads to the doorway that's at the bottom of the chamber.
Ah.
So anyway, if you go down there and check it out, the chamber is relatively empty, just basic stonework, but there is that doorway. So you can either head up through the one up top, or you can go down through this one.
Should we go through this one? Wait, is Anger coming with me, or is it just gonna be me?
So anger will float down with you, but I don't have nearly as much time as you do. I've got 6 rounds.
Okay.
So we need to make a decision quickly, but I feel like the trap up there specifically was to stop us from something up there. So
Yeah.
going through the
And
top
trying to
door.
get us down here.
Yeah. So
So
going
maybe-
through the top door seems like a better idea to Anger.
I think
Not
it-
Jordan. Anger.
Not Jordan.
Yeah, I agree with that conclusion. I think we should go upstairs.
All right. So I float back up and then I allow my spell to kind of fizzle because it only lasts a minute.
Mm.
A round is is 6 seconds, right?
Yes. Or
10
6
seconds
or
or
10,
something?
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So it lasts a minute, I think.
Okay.
And I kiss my ring and I'm like, I'm really sorry that I didn't get to like raise a monster up in the air and have us hit it like a piñata.
Oh, that would have been so much fun. Well, we're partially to blame for that because in that one session you weren't around, we did make you use your ring for a really dumb thing.
There's not partially. You are completely to blame for all of this.
Hey, I was not the one making that decision. I stood by and let it happen, though. Okay, so let's see. You go up. Let's open up those notes, boy. You go up and enter into a large, circular, very high-ceilinged chamber that seems to have a domed ceiling. Piles of sand are built up around this room. And it looks like the ceiling is segmented, like an iris, something like that. And it's closed, but parts of it are like cracked and stuff, and sand is falling through. Let's see the room. Then at the ground floor, in the center of the room, there is a wand that looks like it is made of crystal and sitting upright in a groove on top of a dais.
Ooh.
Uh,
That's cool.
Yeah, there also seems to be like it's kind of hard to tell because this place is not in great shape, but it looks like there's constellations that are carved into the ceiling.
Ooh, nice.
Any specific constellations or just?
It does look like some stuff you've seen in the night sky.
Was there a Scorpio?
Ooh, dang.
Wow.
Oof.
Is there?
Sure, why not? Oh, goodness.
What could it mean?
I don't know. I think you should take that wand though.
Okay.
I don't want to touch it.
I ain't touching it.
Somebody else should touch that wand.
You saw what magic did to Randall.
Magic user. It's probably made for me, right? Let's do it.
Oh yeah.
Pick
No,
it
you'll
up.
be great.
Yeah.
Don't remind yourself of how Jarmy touched that other stone and became blind for like 2 days. It's fine.
It's fine.
That's like a Jarmy problem.
That was a Jarmy problem. This is Sen is choice. Or Ruificent, whoever is your magic user, I forget.
Sen is the magic user. Rue is an elf.
Oh, so you're both of you will enjoy this wonderful
Yeah.
crystal wand.
Yeah, it's fine. Okay, let's try it. I guess.
Okay.
My detect evil is still going on, by the way. Is this whole
Oh,
room?
I forgot about that. This item is not specifically evil, but you really wouldn't be able to tell because this whole place radiates evil.
Okay, just double checking.
Though it just oozes out of the walls of this place. It's bad. It's real
Really
bad.
reassuring.
There is, as you move around this dais, there is also a pile of what looks like old robes in the corner of the room.
Mhm.
Are they scattered around or just in a
Uh,
corner?
well, I should say it's a circular room, so they're not in the corner, but they're off to the side. They are you'd have to, they look pretty old, but you'd have to get up closer to them to get it. They just look like a pile from where you're at. So wand set in a dais, going straight up. How would you like to interact with it?
Carefully. No, sorry.
Get out of here. Go explore the ropes.
Can we check for traps in the area first before I pull
Sure.
out the wand?
Yeah. If
I
any,
don't have that skill. I don't think we have any thieves with us.
yeah, it's technically
No,
if
but
you're not, if you don't have any special.
You still have that wand. I gave you the wand.
Well, the wand is for secret doors. You could also try using it,
I
but
thought it was wand. I thought it was doors and traps.
I might have
think it's just
retconned that.
doors.
Okay.
So the what was I gonna say? You could spend a turn to search for traps if you'd like, and you have a 1 in 6 chance if you are untrained.
Okay, gonna do it.
But does the DM roll that, or do you?
Oh yeah, I would roll that actually,
Okay.
because I have to hide that information from you. This was something we learned last session, and then I promptly forgot.
Right.
Traps here? Never heard of it.
Okay.
What even
perfect.
are they? No one has ever shown them to me. So
Okay.
you do notice something though. There are don't seem to be any traps, but this wand, it's quite old. Everything in here is old and in pretty bad shape. The wand has a huge crack running through it.
Okay.
This was
That's a-
5th edition. I'd cast mending on it so fast.
Cantrip.
Know what to do. I guess I'll just try to pull it out.
Sure. You grab a hold of it and you try and pull it out. The first thing that happens is you have to make a saving throw against wands.
Oh no.
Energy just sparks off of this thing as soon as you touch it.
Womp womp. Nat 20.
You did it. So, I'm sorry, which character was this? Sen?
Sen, yeah.
Okay. So Sen just grabs hold of this crystal shard and just pulls on it, and all of this like electricity just crackles out of it along Sen's arm, and Sen just like grits their teeth and pulls as hard as they can. Pulls the thing out. So this thing sort of it comes out, and when it does, you hold it in your hand and it begins to shift slightly. It's like it becomes like semi-liquid. The crack
Ooh.
seals in it, and it reforms, and it is still made of the same sort of still made of a glassy like substance, but it sort of turns red, and it shifts to the size and shape of a gemstone.
Oh!
So you feel power coursing through you as you hold this gemstone. You get stuff, I need to look at the stats I wrote for this. Hold on. You gain 2 level. No.
Power.
Ultimate power. If you have to make a save versus spells, I believe you make that save at +2. And if you cast a spell that requires a saving throw from, a monster or what have you, they're making that save at -2 on top of anything else that the spell is giving.
Okay, wait. So if I make a save against spells, it's +2?
Yep.
Okay, and then
If someone else tries to save against one of your spells, they're saving at -2.
okay.
Hey, you still have Detect Evil up, right?
Yes.
So it
It
looks...
lasts for like a long time.
Okay. So I'm going to tell you, because you see this. When it was just this sort of crystal wand type thing, didn't get a particularly evil aura out of it. But now that it has shifted into this red gemstone, there is an intense evil aura radiating off of this thing.
Sen, we gotta talk. You got that really evil object in your hand there.
God, but it's so cool.
Yeah, but I just really think that your soul, your immortal soul. Oh my God, the cats have duplicated. I thought you just had one cat wild engineer.
How did you know? We've been over this multiple times.
Every single time.
I'm very perceptive. Oh God, a gem. That gem is really evil, and you should get it out of your hand right meow.
I don't wanna.
I don't know. If it makes her a better fighter,
And,
just like let her
yeah,
keep it.
honestly, you don't have to deal with it. This is my problem, and I'm content with it.
Right.
I'm
All right.
I'm so weak. Just let me feel okay about myself.
Let me have this.
Look, Anger,
That's one thing.
if I need to fight them, then I will totally fight them for you.
Thank you, Emil.
You guys can, if I turn evil or something, just kill me or whatever. But like right now, I feel so good.
But the thing is it wasn't evil until you took it. So,
Well, it had, like,
I think the
changed.
act of taking it is evil, and maybe we should put it back and see if it
Wait.
casts
If it,
some clues onto the ceiling. I don't know. I'm just.
if it wasn't
spitballing
evil
here, but-
until she took it, how come how do you not know that she's the one that's evil, not the gem?
Exactly.
I'm not really.
How do
seeing
you
evil
know?
off of her, I'm assuming.
No, you're not actually.
I'm seeing evil off of the gem, but that's a really good idea. That's a really good catch, Emil. I applaud you with your intelligence score. It's fantastic.
I got them smarts. What can I say?
Yeah, I mean, it's a valid concern, but I'm just saying, I don't wanna. So
It's a valid concern, but no.
yeah.
All right, well,
Make me.
if you start turning into a fiend, I'm gonna have to keep my eye on you, and I
All right.
take my mace and it just starts on fire, and you won't want to meet Macy here.
Macy.
And I named my mace.
Wow, that was a really creative name. I'm really
Yeah. My parents were really angry when they had me because they didn't want children, so hence my name Anger.
Oh, I get it.
wow.
We're really good at names. It's the short part of that
We're
story.
finally getting into the deep lore of anger.
Talk about like what therapy is good for, and talk about that stuff. But like, I'm keeping this thing. In short,
I'm
in
listen.
conclusion,
Well, I don't want to fight you over it, so I guess you keep it.
I will. Thank you.
Okay. Now that this is in a weird gem shape,
hmm
is there like a keyhole somewhere that it might fit in this room?
In this room? No.
Yeah.
You don't see
No.
anything like that around here.
And there's no doors in this room. We just kind of came to this observatory. Okay. And that was through the main. So we have another door if we take a
If you
rope
go-
ladder
yeah, if you
and
go
go down.
There's another door. Or you can go back into the central chamber and then go west and then see what's down there.
And they are stars that represent our night sky. So the stars haven't changed that much since Emnakar was built.
Yeah, I don't know how quickly stars change.
Okay.
I assume
Well-
they're basically the same.
I guess my point is there's
not an
not like a
astrology
giant
man.
white star that we clearly are looking up at this night sky and we're just like, oh, that's different. Like there's nothing like that.
No, it doesn't look like there's anything that's super different. There does look like there's some writing in this room, but you can't read any of it. It's like on the dais itself.
Is Kingsmill with us?
No. Kingsmill's off trying to figure out the door.
Oh, she's translating. That's right. The door.
Were we doing anything about that second doorway on the bridge?
Yeah, we can go down.
There's also those robes, those sweet
Oh,
old
yeah.
robes.
I walk over and I check out some robes.
Ooh, yeah.
I catch a terrible disease and I die.
You touch the robes, you save versus death. No, you touch the robes. You know, these robes are very old, but they are torn apart in a way that is very familiar to you. In that, remember last session when you found those torn apart clothes that looked like they had been ripped apart they'd been hulked apart, like Macho Man Randy Savage with a t-shirt.
The Hulk. You just kind of said it already.
Yeah, I know, right? So these look very similar to that. like something. Whoever was wearing these tore out of them.
And these aren't robes that are like Enmakar robes because those would be disintegrated, or do I think they're that old?
They might be that old. They're very
Okay.
old.
Okay.
You can tell that. There's also a coin pouch.
I pick it up.
Sure. You find. Da, 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 20 gold pieces.
Cool.
And 5 50 GP gemstones. That's actually way better than I thought I was going to roll on that. Mostly lapis lazuli.
Nice.
All right, I pocket that money.
I'm gonna take this.
We'll tithe to Weejast later. So
Yeah.
10% always, every day.
Every day.
Is there anything else in the room, or is that just besides
Seems
the
to be
dais
it.
and the robes?
Yeah, it
Cool.
seems like this place is bare, pretty sand choked. The walls and ceiling are a bit cracked.
And other than, like, can I decipher what the room's purpose was? Was it just to record the night sky, or to record seasons, or?
It looks like it was definitely some kind of observatory, and it seems like based on what you can see in the ceiling could move, but you don't know how you would have gotten it to move. Maybe the dais would have done that.
With the wand in it, now it's like inoperable, or?
You could try it.
Sure, I'll like mess around with the dais,
Sure.
and I'll kind of like I'll move it like I did the giant wheels earlier in the other room.
It does move a lot like that, so you can click it into different places, but it doesn't seem to have any effect when you do it.
Okay, I go 3 to the left, 2 to the right, and 7 to the left.
Sure.
And then I click it in place.
Yep, nothing happens.
All right, it's not my locker combination, guys.
Oh no! Oof.
To the other room. Everyone's like, yeah, whatever.
Sure, why not? I guess.
Yeah, why not? You know how to open it?
I'm just enjoying my new cool stuff.
Yeah, that's real evil. It's yeah, you're petting it now. I don't like that. Oh, it's rubbing up on your face.
You're
Yeah,
getting
this is,
evil all over your face.
You're getting evil all over there. It's just not
It's not
good.
the first time I've heard that.
Can we do a rope and a grappling hook, and like, so we don't jump down and take 3d6 falling damage?
Yeah, I guess. If you
I
want.
guess. I mean, if you in your benevolence, DM, if that's what you'll allow us to do.
Okay, so you climb down. Shimmy your way down. Quick side note, you have been in the dungeon for, I want to say 20 minutes. I'm going to say 2 turns so far. Because you spent a turn searching that room and figuring out stuff. And I'm going to say the rest of your time there, like I think you might have spent a turn looking around in the entry chamber, but you've definitely probably spent a total of 10 minutes with the other stuff you've done. So you shimmy down, and there's that dark doorway yawning ahead of you. Just gonna go down there with a
I'm
torch.
gonna light a torch.
The
Wave it ahead of me.
it slopes. So this turns slightly counterclockwise again, but it also slopes downward slightly.
Long hallway. Can't see the end of it.
No, because it curves.
Oh, it curves. Okay.
Curves counterclockwise. Walking down it again, pretty bare, and you see a faint glow from around the bend.
I'm not good at it, but I'd like to kind of check the walls and the floor. That was awesome.
Right up into the mic. You gonna check the walls and floor for what?
Traps.
Okay. Let's see. You spend 10 minutes looking around, inspecting. You couldn't say. Probably not.
Okay.
It's tough to tell because the stonework is so featureless.
Seems clear, Immel. If you want to take us down, and I hand you the torch.
Can I try? You said it's a bend.
Mhm.
No.
And there's like
Can I-
a faint blue glow emitting
Can
from around the
I
bend.
try using my hide and slowly creeping up on the bend to see if I can
Yeah, go for
sneakily
it.
get over there?
If you want to
Cool.
move slowly up to it.
Yeah.
Um,
It's 2 and 6 for hide in that dungeon.
I like how your cat is like, okay, microphone. You don't want me near the microphone? All right, let me get near this webcam.
You need a roll for that, or
Yeah, let me do that. Okay. You are so sneaky.
so sneaky, sneak. Yeah.
Tiptoe around that bend as quietly as you possibly can. What kind of armor is Emil wearing?
Oh, the heaviest.
You still successfully sneak, but there is a little bit of a clank of footfall. And you turn around and you see the hallway widens a little bit, and and there's an entrance to another chamber. On either side of the entrance are two pillars that just seem like rough-hewn stone, or it doesn't even seem like crystal. It seems like luminescent rock, and it glows faintly blue. And you just hear, like, as you step forward, you hear this very, very, very faint hum.
Okay, so I don't see anything else in there, right? Just the weird crystals on the walls and the home,
I mean, you can't see anything beyond the doorway because it's too dark.
right? Oh, okay.
I mean, you
oh,
could move closer than you would, but, you know.
So there's a doorway, or is it like an empty door, or is it a closed door?
Yeah, it is an archway leading to another chamber.
Okay. I'll peek through the arch.
Okay, I mean, the two pillars are right next to it, right? So do you want to get up that close to them?
Yeah. So
Okay.
is everyone following close behind me, or are
I
they following
assume
me, or-
not, because then they would also have to roll stealth rolls.
Okay. Well, if I don't see anyone, then I motion back to them to follow me. It's like, come on, I don't see anyone here.
When you say, come on, I don't see anyone here, you just hear like the hum.
Oh. Is anyone coming or no?
I mean, you did gesture for them to come forward, and you heard that hum, but they wouldn't have because they're far enough away. So
I'll
you got
come forward as sneakily as I possibly can.
sure.
To my utter demise.
I mean, I
What
gotta
kind of armor are you
ask.
wearing, Anger?
It's like, hey,
Plate mail.
Okay.
if anything happens, you can just levitate above it.
So Anger just clanks down the hallway.
Oh, it's clear.
And when that happens, you just hear like really like low bass tone, and it just hits you. You can almost see it. It's so like palpable. Just emanates from these stones and hits Immel. So Anger doesn't even get that close, but it does force you back to where you were. It hits Immel and sends him flying, like I guess hitting the wall because it's a curved hallway. Oh, I didn't roll very well on that. Actually, you know what? I should give you a saving throw for this because it makes sense. Roll versus what makes sense for this. Roll versus petrification. Why not?
Do I have to roll above or below?
You want to roll above.
Okay, above a 10. Is there anything that would add on to this? I don't know. I'll doubt it.
No, I had originally thought you add wisdom to everything, but you actually only add it to spells.
Nope.
So Anger's just clomping down the hallway, and then you just hear this extreme sound and this wave, and it hits Anger. He's forced backward, taking like 1 point of damage and knocked on his butt. We're gonna need a butt update from Anger later.
Does that mean I'm dead?
It doesn't mean you're dead. I rolled your damage. I actually didn't roll very well. You take 4 points of damage because
Oof.
I rolled really low. And Immel just comes flying and hits the bend in the hallway and just skitters like back towards the rest of the party.
Ow. Ow. Ow.
My butt. I mean, I could still walk or drive a car, but it hurts.
Are you? What just happened?
I think we need to be real quiet. Ow.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm not wearing jangly armor. Do you want me to try?
Maybe you could just float in. Ow.
Yeah. Rue, the elf, and well, actually, let me see. What armor is Rue wearing? Leather. Well, it's still floating, and we'll just kind of like, with the pole, just kind of like start rowing.
Have someone give you a push.
Yeah, just straight floating.
Well, that's right. You can't guide yourself.
Oh, that's why I have a 10-foot pole.
I was gonna say you could grab along the walls, but they're like featureless stone, so you actually kind of can't.
Scrabbling. Ah!
But yeah, as you're sort of you're like a gondola. You've just got those really long oars, just pushing yourself along. You've got as your 10-foot pole taps against the stone, you hear like it hums a little bit whenever that happens, but it's
Okay.
not. I assume you're not doing it fairly loudly, so it's not like
No.
hitting you that hard.
I could even take off like one of my socks and like tie it to the end.
There you go.
I
Um,
would award
Floating
you
in space, taking my shoe off, you know.
I also assume you're not saying anything.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah,
I'm-
you're able to go up to these two sort of natural-looking glowing rocks.
Okay. Is it self-evident what I am to do with these? Like, do they look like I could pick them up?
No, they're pillars of stone. They're just on
Pillars.
either side of this archway. Although, as you approach, you're an elf, right? You can see into this chamber. Looks like, let's see, what is in here? This is a some kind of I don't want to say living room, but it's a room in which people would
Live?
hang out in. There's stone benches. There seem to be like some stone bookcases. Maybe it's kind of like a reading room in a library.
Ooh, that sounds very nice. And like chill. Oh, traffic.
Ooh.
I will. So let's see. So beyond the pillars, there's this reading room.
Yep. Because they're basically flanking the entryway to the room. Right.
Okay, I'll go check it out and see if there's anything super cool in there.
Cool. You move in, still hovering,
And I die.
and you die. You see that there's two doorways out of this room. And you continue not making noise, but you hear, actually, I'm gonna roll. Yeah. So you hear down one of the hallways, this sort of like a scraping sound, like something like walking, or maybe like there's uneven footfalls, like it's walking, but it seems like someone's walking just all on peg legs, you know?
Oh, that's weird. Especially in a quiet zone, I think to myself.
Oh, you notice when you're on this side of the pillars, any sound that's hitting them is not reverberating back at you.
Oh. Okay.
Now that you're inside the
Curious.
chamber. But something is definitely walking down that hallway, and it seems to be getting closer.
How tall is this room?
This room is probably like 10 or 15 feet, not super high.
Okay.
It's just
so
a
some-
casual little reading room. It's like 20 by 20, got some nice benches, you know, and some shelves. It's just real, just your local library.
Can I try to like hide atop any bookshelves, or do they go to the ceiling?
You could try and do that. The oh, you don't have a light source with you because you can see in the dark.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you could try and hide. You could try and hover upward and hide towards the ceiling if you wanted.
Yeah, sure. Let's try it. What could go wrong?
What could go wrong? What could possibly go wrong? Right. Yeah. While that's happening, what is anyone else doing? Are they just gonna wait? You gonna do anything?
I think Emo would try to start sneaking in again, being very quiet.
Sure. Yep. You're able to sneak forward, padded footfalls. You can get up to where the pillars are. So do you want to just try and walk through? You want to call people over again?
No,
Oh,
screw that.
why not?
I already told them to be quiet.
You cannot see in the dark, so you probably have a light source, I assume.
I have to have a. I still have my lantern. Don't
Yeah. So you can enter into this room if you'd like.
Okay.
All right. You enter into the room. There's nobody in it. Where did Rue go? They're flying somewhere around the ceiling. If you don't think to look up, you won't see them. But the otherwise, the room is as I described it. And yeah, you hear coming faster now is this. And emerging from that doorway is a hideous creature. It looks like some sort of creature that has listen, did you ever see The Mummy 2, The Scorpion King?
Mm-hmm.
With Dwayne The Rock Johnson? So the creature emerging from this hallway is not as buff as Dwayne The Rock Johnson, but it looks like the upper half of it from the waist up is humanoid, though it is somewhat scaly. And from the waist down, it has the body of a scorpion, and it has just been climbing. It's not even crawling along the floor. It's like crawling along the wall. And it, in place of hands, it just has these claws, and they're sort of grasping forward, and it's just sort of muttering to itself, and it's like you just hear it muttering, "Oh, tasty treats within Enmakar, finally something new to eat." And it pulls itself out of this hallway and sees you, Emil, standing right there, and you see it. Rificent, you also see this going on, but no one sees you because you're hiding on the ceiling.
Swear to God.
And now we're entering combat.
Am I gonna have to do the first combat roll?
I mean, it's you or Michaela is gonna roll initiative here. Does anyone want to cast a spell though? That starts at the beginning of before we roll initiative. So, would Rue like to cast a spell? No? Okay.
No, because I'm pretty sure if I do, then the levitate goes down.
Does it?
Mentally direct.
Concentration is not a thing in BX.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's invisibility. That's the one. So,
Oh, okay.
Do you have
I
invisibility?
will.
Yeah,
Not
that
the-
last
my
session
other
they found a spell
character.
book that had invisibility in it.
Oh shit.
Jeez.
Wait. So I have. So. Oh.
You
Maybe
could
it
cast
does have invisibility too.
You could cast spells from the ceiling if you want, but but yeah, so I'm saying if you want to cast a spell, you have to announce it now at the start of the round. So do you want to cast a spell?
I will cast invisibility.
Sure. So that's gonna happen. Now, roll off for initiative.
Okay, so
Oh, actually, I should announce if you want to
ranged attacks
retreat.
are-
If a mole wants to run away, a mole can try and run away.
No, you know Mole. He's itching for a fight.
Sure. Okay. What'd you get?
Oh no. Did you get higher than a 1?
I did get a 2.
Because we don't have bonus to initiative, right?
No, that's not a thing. Oh goodness, the Dwayne the Rock Johnson gets to attack first. It crawls forward, and it's the stinger that's coming
Wait,
up.
is this thing bigger or smaller than a human?
This thing is bigger than a human.
Or same size? Bigger than a human. Okay.
It's like
Cool.
it's like centaur sized, basically.
So my AC is essentially 19.
Oh, nice. So this thing is going to strike out with one of its claws and its tail.
Mhm.
That claw misses. That tail also misses. I rolled a 3 and a 7. It was real bad. So basically, the claw comes out and sort of clangs against your armor, and then the tail shoots out at you, and you tuck and roll off to the side, and it just hits into the stonework, and you just hear the thing go, "Ugh, tricky little morsel, so difficult to open. Stay still, stay still." Now it is your turn. So ranged attacks, which you're in melee, so those would be hard to make. Then
Yeah.
spells go off, then melee attacks. So I assume you're not making a ranged. Ooh, sorry, we're losing you a little bit.
Is that any better?
Yeah, it's catching up now.
So if Emol could try and throw a bottle of oil, smash a bottle of oil on it since it's so close.
Sure, roll to hit.
I know. Is that technically a ranged attack or no?
I'd give it to you because it's kind of not. There were rules for that, right? With the oil thing.
You mean damage? Or?
Oh, there was fire damage rules, but was there any rules about what you roll when you throw it?
It's just arranged, but
Okay,
yeah. So
roll to hit.
I get 12.
12. 12 is not gonna hit. I'm sorry to say.
Oh well.
Let's see here. I'm gonna check again, make sure I got the right. Looking at these good stats.
Because if this was a ranged attack, that would, but it's not. If it's a ranged attack, it's a 13, but if not, it's 12.
It won't make a difference. Neither of those are gonna do
Awesome.
it. Let's see here. This guy has.
Get some different dice.
I need different dice.
Let's find out which ones don't want to roll for me today.
I'm gonna check a thing real quick. Make sure. But yeah, so you throw a bottle of oil and the thing dodges to the side and it just splatters on the ground, and
No.
there's oil all over the ground next to the creature. Maybe you can light it and then push the creature into it.
Sounds like a great idea.
Yeah, that'll be really easy. It'll be really easy to tip this guy over. Okay, so after you do that, spells go off. You turn invisible. So now Rue is super not noticed. Cool. And oh, you also notice this man scorpion is wearing this golden torque around his neck. It's like just a big heavy necklace with like these golden bits and some jewels in it.
Ooh.
His eyes look crazed and his teeth are all sharp and weird. Okay, so Now it is a new round. So is anyone casting a spell this round? I assume not. Okay.
I run down and join him, or what do
Oh
I
yeah,
hear?
you can hear shouts from down that way. So
If
yeah,
I run, do I feel like I'm going to get pushed back again, or
I mean, as you're running and your footfalls are hitting and your armor is
Yeah.
clanking, you're feeling a pulse push out against you almost immediately, and you can
Okay.
keep running if you want, but
no? I'll stop and I'll try to be as stealthy as possible. But I would like to join him, Immol.
okay. I can actually have you roll this because you're stealthing. Roll 1d6.
4.
4. Nope. You can't make
Push back.
Yeah, I mean, you're not necessarily pushed back, but you're like, because you're trying to be cautious about it because you know what's going to
Yeah.
happen. You can't, you start moving forward and you like hit the ground too hard or your armor clinks too hard because you're not doing it right. And you feel the repulse and then you're just like, oh, okay, let me try again. So that's what basically
To
you,
the left.
yeah,
Okay.
you spend your time this round trying to do that.
Okay.
Does Sen do anything?
Sentinel tried to just quietly walk in, no armor, so probably pretty quiet,
Sure.
and just holding the ruby and a magical dagger.
Okay. Yeah. Roll 1d6.
2.
2. Hey, that's enough. You're able to slip past very quietly, and you can get into the
Hey.
room.
Cool.
But you do have to go very slowly to do it. So that's your.
That's my
That's
turn.
your. Yeah. That's you. That's you for. That's Sen for this round. So yeah. So I need to roll off with initiative for somebody.
Initiative.
Yeah.
I rolled a 2 again.
I rolled a 6.
Hey, okay. All right. So, movement happens. Sen enters the room. Ranged attacks happen. Any ranged attacks? Anybody?
No.
Okay. Melee attacks happen. Any melee attacks? Anyone?
Yes.
For movement, can Rue try to like sneak past them into like whatever's beyond?
Yeah. So there are 2 doorways. One of which this creature came through. The other you don't know.
I'll go look at the other one.
Sure. Okay.
It's along the ceiling, and my pole is invisible.
Yeah. Where did Rue go? Who knows? Cool. All right. So let's see here. I need to check the thing. Whoop. Okay. So that happens with that movement. There are no ranged attacks. Any melee attacks?
Yes. So I'm gonna try to hit it with my sword.
Sure.
No bonus. 20.
20 hits. Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
I was gonna say, yeah, 20 hits. Like what?
I do a whole 1 damage.
Oh no! 1 damage to the man Scorp. Let's see. Well, you hit him. Wow.
Yay.
What weapon were you using?
It's a sword.
Oh, okay. So you run forward and just slash at this thing's chitinous underbelly, and you get it, and some goop comes out, but it just doesn't look very injured. And it sort of gives a manic laugh at you. It says, "Oh, it's so much better when the prey fights back." And that's that. Does yeah, I mean that's it. So now the creature is going to attack. Gonna try and hit Immel with that good stinger. but does not hit. Gonna try and claw at both Immel and Sen. What is Sen's armor class?
Nine.
Okay. Sen gets hit for how many hit points does Sen have?
Well, did we heal any amount since our last game?
Yes, because you traveled for like 5 days. So you would have healed
Okay.
5d3 damage.
Okay.
So you're
Well.
I assume you're a full or you're pretty
Okay.
close.
Yeah. We'll
'Cause-
just say that.
Yeah.
So I
'cause
have
you-
12.
Okay. Yeah, so you take 5 points of damage from the claw. And I don't think no, this is a 5th edition, they don't have a grapple. So it just sort of oh wait. I see. So they actually do. So this thing so this thing grabs
Oh, no.
you around the waist and clamps down. And you just see like the blood running from Sen's torso and lifts Sen up off the ground, and you can
Oh,
just
no.
you're face to face with this thing, and it's like sort of manic expression. Better cast a spell. So that is it for that creature's turn, and it is now a new round. Would anyone like to cast a spell this round?
Oh, cast magic missile.
Magic missile. I will point out as your DM that spells, if the reason why you announce at the top of the round is if those spells can be interrupted. So if you fail on initiative and this dude deals you damage while he's grappling you, that spell will be gone. Just pointing that out.
That's okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's still gonna be it's still a pretty effective thing as long as you guys can beat the scorpion boy for initiative. So,
Mhm.
okay, that happens. Now, spells being cast. Meanwhile, we roll off for initiative. Who would like to roll for the group? Give Jordan something to do?
Wait, is anger just kind of?
Anger's too
Waiting.
angry to get in.
Oh no!
Anger rolled a 1.
Oh no!
Why did I have Jordan roll?
Yeah, why did you have
I
Jordan
don't
roll?
know. For some reason, I only roll 2s. I don't know why.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. All right. The man scorpion has now turned his full attention towards the wizard in his claw grip, because he's just like, this is so easy to eat. And you just see Sen from behind the tail just arches upward, the scorpion tail, and shoots out at you. So yes, and plunges right into your shoulder.
No!
You take 2 points of piercing damage. Well, not piercing damage, but 2 damage as it pierces you. Make a save versus poison.
Okay, this is Sen, right?
This is Sen.
Alright. Oh no. I got a 4.
No! No!
Oh.
Ooh. Ooh. The scorpion stinger digs right into you, and you just feel this poison course through your veins, and you can't breathe. Your throat your throat swells and just starts to close up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This is
That
okay.
kid's totally gonna die.
Yeah. So, claw attack against or no, actually he can't make claw attack because he's holding
Oh,
he's holding Sen. So that's it for the Scorp. So the party, Anger, you're outside the room.
Mm-hmm.
Like to
Can I get closer as stealthily as possible to
Yeah.
make the little
roll
to no
roll 1d6. You got to roll 1 or 2 because you're wearing
That's a 3.
you're wearing plate armor.
Yep.
Can't. I'm sorry.
That would be too much time to take off my armor. I'm
It
assuming.
would be too much time.
Yeah. So that's not that I would want to, because then my AC would be like 9. So
I'll point out if you have any ranged weapons, you can try to attack this thing. Okay.
do I think it's humanoid for me to cast Hold Person on it?
It is not humanoid. No.
Okay. Then I got no ranged. Sorry, guys.
Sorry. Ooh. Okay. So the magic missile is messed up because you took damage. Does Rue do anything? Rue is just still going down that hallway.
Yeah, just exploring.
Okay.
Bruce abandoning ship.
Thanks, Rue.
Rue's evil now, so.
Yeah.
Sen got the evil gem, but Rue became evil.
Wait, no,
Bruce
Sen has the evil gem?
I thought they did.
Yeah, Sen does.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sen is the magic user,
Okay.
and the one currently getting chopped in half.
Ugh. Currently dying of poison.
Death, yeah.
So the let's see here. What is Imol doing?
Swiping with the sword again.
Sure.
It's 18?
18 hits.
18 hits. Oh, again.
Did you do 1 damage again?
Yes, I can't use this dice anymore. That's reserved for low rolls.
Oh my gosh. All right.
That's what you get when you have a halfling who does all the fighting.
Goodness. Okay. Well. New round. Let's see. Sen cannot breathe
Oh no.
or speak, so they cannot cast a spell.
That's okay. Sen still has a dagger, though.
Yeah, Sen can try and make an attack with the dagger.
The deadliest of weapons. I am assuming this is not an orc, kobold, or goblin.
It is not, but hold on. We need to roll initiative first.
Oh, right.
So no one's casting any spells.
Sen,
Rue is not casting any spells. Who rolls well on it? Michaela, you do initiative.
Okay.
Ooh.
6.
1.
Hey.
Okay. So you guys get to go first. Movement happens first. Anger outside the room. Roll 1d6, see if you can get in there. Unless you want to try something else.
6.
You're killing me
I
here.
tried
Okay.
real.
You tried. Anger just keeps clomping forward and just get rebounding against this barrier.
I'm so agitated. I'm just like,
I'm so angry.
Anger's getting angry.
Yeah, you wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so now we have I assume Rue continues to explore, and yeah, I guess we're just gonna move to melee attacks. So Sen can attack first.
Right. Okay, this is a 17.
That just hits. This thing has
Nice.
a very tough hide.
Oh gosh.
Roll your damage.
So then I do 3 damage.
What kind? What?
With stabby with my dagger.
3 damage? I'm sorry. Was okay?
Yeah.
Is it a magical dagger or just a dagger?
It is a +1 dagger.
Nice.
So it was a 2 + 1.
Sweet.
Nice.
This thing, you stab into this thing's arm, and it shrieks and lets go of you.
Hey!
Doesn't like it. The sort of like there's like a plume of smoke that comes away from its flesh because of the magic weapon, and it like hates it.
Ooh.
So not as much as a kobold would hate it, but it still doesn't like it.
So
So
good news.
yeah, so it really didn't like it.
I gotta be right back. Sorry.
And oh gosh, we're almost out of time. So this thing is annoyed. Immol, attack it.
Imol. 17.
You hit.
Haha. 6.
Nice.
I swipe for 6 damage.
Oh, now this thing's actually taking a significant amount of damage. It's really hard to hit. That's what it's supposed to have going for it. And it can kill you with poison. So it's going to make a morale check. Yeah. So this thing is just like recoils at the stab, and it's just like it's like, food shouldn't be this painful. Food should not hurt this much. I'll be back. I will be back with my brothers and sisters for you. And it starts retreating into the hallway from whence it came.
All right. Luckily for Sen, Emo took some scorpion venom from Randall. Antidote.
Oh my gosh, you did!
Hey!
Dude!
Hey!
Poodle Lolly.
Oh my
Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
I was gonna say you have like one more round to do something like that, or Sen is dead. So apply
Gosh.
that anti-venom, boy.
Yeah.
So
you.
so yeah, you apply that anti-venom right to the wound, I guess. I assume that's how you do it. And Sen, you feel the muscles in your throat sort of relax, and you gulp in and you can breathe again.
Oh, God, that was the worst. This is the worst day of my life.
Oh my gosh.
What? You survived a fight. It's got to be the best day of your life.
I don't know why I signed up for this job.
I'm coming, guys. I'm almost there.
You saying
I'm
that
almost-
rebounds you 10 feet.
I rolled a 1.
You did it!
I rolled a 1.
So you're like, I
Library.
got it, guys, I'm almost there. And then you just shuffle, like, and you make it through the doorway. And you're like, I'm here. I made it.
I made it.
Hey, where's Rue?
Rue's gone, and we chased away a scorpion man thing.
I saw. Yeah. I saw. That was, yeah. Spooky.
What am I finding? Can I, am I close enough to hear that their fight is over?
Or is it heading
I'm
towards
sorry. So
you?
Rue follows this hallway down, and it opens up into this wide chamber.
Okay.
And as Rue enters in, they just see on the ceiling. It looks like the chamber is upside down. There's a pool of water or liquid just on the ceiling.
That's weird.
And Rue enters it and looks up, and he's just like, "Huh, that's weird." And with that, as the man scorpion chitters angrily and retreats down the hallway from whence it came, we are going
Nice.
to stop for the evening.
Oh, man.
Oh,
Very stressful game.
Sen came so close.
So close. Oh, my God.
Oh, those venoms that I kept from day one. My
I
lord.
know.
Dude, I was sure to make scorpion venom available because I was like, listen, there's gonna be man scorpions in this campaign at the end.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well, also, so the retreat for that man scorpion, they needed to roll an 11 or a 12 on 2d6, and I got an 11.
Wow.
I was just like, whoa, okay. So,
Yay.
all right. That's where we're gonna stop for this evening on Seekers of the Scorpion Crown. The party is navigating the treacherous horrors of Enmakar, the Lost City, which it turns out is not actually a city, but some sort of research complex for magical stuff.
Nice.
Hey, if you've been watching, thanks for doing that. Remember to support the Greyhawk channel on Patreon or Twitch. Really makes a big difference and helps the channel keep running. So, big deal. We will be back next week for maybe our last session, maybe our second to last session. I don't know. You did get pretty far into the dungeon. I'll give you that. And did one very important thing. So maybe next session or the last, maybe the session after. We're definitely coming to the end here of Seekers of the Scorpion Crown on the Greyhawk channel. I have been Lex, your DM. Wow. I do so much work to have this game go. I'm so good at it. You can find me on Twitter at Dank Dungeons, and I post about the different things that I do. I have a fantasy comedy actual play show, which is on YouTube, which is very much not like this at all. It's very silly, and there's very little character death. And I also write stuff for the DMs Guild. I believe you can pick up some of my stuff, including Joy of Monster Cooking, all about cooking and the monsters you kill. You could learn how to make a really great kebab out of this man scorpion if you just had that book. So it's good stuff. And check me out on there for all the things I'm doing. I'm also going to be running a game on the Greyhawk channel in the fall, which is going to be another BX game. So now it's time for me to thank my lovely, patient, and understanding cast. Let's start with Jordan, who couldn't get through a door this session.
Couldn't get through a door, but still alive, so I'm counting it as a plus.
Yeah.
I'm Jordan with a silent PH in the middle. You can find me on Twitter with Jordan with a silent PH in the middle. I'm also on YouTube, where I run a lore channel or a YouTube channel on D&D lore, where we talk about the Forgotten Realms, Eberron. Right now I'm doing a bunch of videos on Zakara, the Land of Fate. So you can check me out there.
Awesome. Dude, Zakara. Very cool.
I love it. Land of Fate is so cool.
All right. Wild Engineer.
Yes, hi, I'm Wild Engineer. You can catch me here on Saturdays, also in about an hour on Other Doc's channel, for some Invisible Sun, and on Monday on Welcome to the Party, where I'm having our Masks New Generation finale this week. Yay.
In so many good games. Wow. Very cool. Michaela.
Hey, so you can find me around the web as McBoots42 or on Twitch as It's McBoots42. And my next streams will be at D&D High Tea on Friday, and my actual play Dungeons and Dragons game Celtic Knot on Saturday. So catch me there.
Nice. All right. Very cool. So yeah, definitely check out these people. And and at 8 o'clock we have We Are the Monsters, which is a run by Bianca Zelda. It is what was it? Monster of the Week. Game set in Greyhawk. So check that out. Stick around. Stay tuned to the Greyhawk channel. And have a great weekend, everybody.
Bye.